Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are mostly going to cover the new Metazoo Secret Shadows set. I wanted to do a video showing you guys basically every card that you can get out of the booster packs, my overall take on it, and I realize I haven't done something Pokemon now in about a week. So before we do get in that, I will show you something Pokemon that I'm going to offer out. I've told you guys in the past I'm going to offer it out. I was waiting for the better acrylic to come in so that I could offer out a small amount of them. I'm not going to do a whole lot because I try to only do this for specialty sets, but it's this right here. So if you have inquired about this in the past and you still have any interest, we've got these right here. So this right here is a custom sized acrylic that will fit 36 booster packs, and I do it for the specialty sets because they don't have booster boxes, and I think it just kind of makes for a nice display. This is much thicker acrylic, has nice thick magnets on it, even though I'm actually putting this little tamper evidence seal on it that if you do pull it off it will be very obvious. But basically I put my name behind it saying they're from Distribution Products, although like this one has the wrong label on it. I just grabbed a random one for the video itself because I'm going to take it off. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then it has TCA Gaming on it. But yeah, I do it like this so that you can see all the packs in there, and it displays well from the front. The lid is on the top. If you are interested in this, and pretty much I'm going to be 10% above the market on the booster packs, and then I'm going to add $20 for shipping and $30 for the case. So it is going to be expensive, but if you want them and you're interested, I'm going to sell 20 of these Crown Zenith with this new style case with the thicker acrylic, and yeah, you can see it just kind of pops off there. But it has all the booster packs in there. I put my name behind it. If you just want to have it for display, set back, just let me know. You can see it's very obvious if you pull off the void stickers. And I guess if you really wanted to, you just didn't care about the stickers and you wanted to clean up the case, you could probably come back on it with some acetone or something. I've never tried to clean them off, but I imagine it is possible, especially with how thick that is. But the whole point is to have this really just so that you can keep it for a long-term hold, and I'm guaranteeing that they're completely unweighed. But yeah, if you're interested, reach out. I haven't looked up the price per pack on Crown Zenith yet, but at quantity 20, that knocks me out of 720 packs, and I don't have a ton of Crown Zenith left that's outside of like Elite Trainer boxes and that kind of stuff. So, but I do have product that I broke down directly from products like that can be used for this. But anyways, let's get into the Metazoo. I know for those of you who were looking at the title, that's probably what you wanted to see. All right, so pulling out this binder here. I don't know why I went back to my face. Let me put this underneath. That'll help out a lot. We'll zoom out some. Oh, that's zooming in. All right, so most of you probably who are looking for the set and you've opened up some of it, you're going to know most of these cards. This is just going in numerical order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so these are all going to be your not reverse holo versions of the cards. So like this is a number 1 or a number 2, but there is a reverse holo version as well. And let me scoot this over so we can get the full page basically on here. And we'll go a little bit more in depth once we get to some of the later cards. But we did see this introduced. As far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, there was only 5 types before. Now there are 6, and you can kind of see it in the pull rates. There's so many more of the black, or I'm not sure what they're going to call it, darkness. We'll just say black. So much more of the black than the others, maybe to make up for not being present in the first 2 sets. And you can see some of the cards that bigger names. You got your Wendigo, you got the Grim Reaper. Did we miss anything here? You got your Bunny Man. There's Mothman, of course. He's going to be like the guy, the big one. You got Ingrid Cold. You got Rat King staff. So you've got Rat King within the set itself. And you can see there was a lot of black. And then we move on to the green. Only had like a page and a half of that. You have the red. You have the yellow, blue. And now we get into the alternate arts. And so you have like all of these through here. There are 28 alternate arts within the set, and some of these look really nice. I like that Rat King. This reminds me of that Owl movie. You got Black Cat right there. Headless Horseman. There's actually another version of this that I like a little bit better. You got Boogeyman. You got Mothman. A lot of big name cards that I like to see in a set. I think my kids will really like this one. We got this unicorn right here. It's almost pretty looking. There's the other Headless Horseman. I like this one a little bit better. Maybe just the red and the horse, the way it's looking out at you. You got your monkey in here for Blitzkrieg. We got Metal Man of Alabama, and several more. And then we get into, I believe these are the Legend Rares. I'm not exactly sure on that, because I thought that, I know in the previous set the Legend Rares were all like really silver, so maybe this is a different type of rarity that I'm just getting incorrect. But you can see there are 3, 6, we have 9, 12, 15 of these. Nothing really stuck out too crazy to me, but then you've got, I think these are the hidden rares right here. You got Bunny Man, man, that looks really sick. Got Black Cat, Boogeyman, the Wendigo. I mean, he looks phenomenal. I really like the Wendigo. And then I'm missing one card after opening up many sets, and that's the Mothman, in which I did pull extras of the others, but these are definitely one per case, like one in every 12 boxes. So like, this will tell you how many cases I've opened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cases, and I haven't got the Mothman yet. And then these were those other, I assumed, Legend Rares. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 plus the 15. So that's 31 in 8 cases. So that's going to be roughly 1 in, or 4 per case. So that's like 1 in 3 boxes, something like that. And then I do want to show you, it does have an alternate art box. The alternate art box is pretty sick. But the reverse holos, I did find a reverse holo for all the set. I haven't like done a deep dive into everything yet to see if there are like known mistakes or errors within the set. I know with the last one there were a few, especially with like the reverse holo like pattern. And so what I did was, I know these aren't reverse holos. What I did was to fill in the blanks, I put an extra, I think one of these super rares, 2-star rares, whatever you want to call them. I put those in the spots that they would be, just so that I knew that I had all of the reverse holos that were needed. This goes all the way through 173. So you have 173 regular set cards, and you can actually get these auras or whatever from the other colors in the set. So they actually say MZ1, MZ2. But then, of course, this one is MZ3. It's introduced with the dark aura. So there it is, dark. What I say, black. I'm thinking of Magic the Gathering. Now, I did open up like 4 or 5 cases that I haven't busted the boxes for yet to get an alternate art box. But here is the regular box that you're going to find. It's got Mothman on the front. Pretty cool artwork. I would say that there's a much better job done here than the Mega Evolution booster boxes. It's like, man, they killed those covers. They could have been so good. And then, of course, you have the alt art, which is really sick looking. It's like this metallic-y background with the Mothman. So I really like this one. You can see there's the other sides. And inside of here, there should be 4 alternate art cards as well, which I've only gotten one of these, so I haven't opened this one yet. If I get a second one, I'm going to open it up and then take those 4 alternate art cards and put them with the set. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I really like the set. I know that Metazoo is very down. I am still slowly selling some original base Metazoo boxes at $80 plus shipping on eBay, but it's not very often. So that's, at least that set is still up a little bit from the cost that you would have through distribution somewhere, but it's nowhere near MSRP like it was at release. And then you've got your Torrential Tides, which is pretty cheap. It's below even like distributor original cost, you know, in some cases anyways, but it's not too far below, so it hasn't went down a crazy amount, but it's definitely very slow right now. I've sold some cards through auctions that have been graded. Ironically enough, my CGC ones I think have done better than the PSA ones. I sold like a PSA 10 Ding Bell for like, this was an alternate art for like $12, and a PSA 9 Piazza Bird for 99 cents. And I didn't do too bad on the CGC side, and you know, you've got less money kind of going into it, but it may be because I had more of them. Now I did sell a PSA 10 alternate art. I can't remember which one it was, but it's from the original Metazoo, and it went for like $300, so it wasn't too bad. But then PSA 10, you know, it was the only 10 I hit out of the 4 when I graded them. So overall, I think, you know, it's, now if you actually like Metazoo, and you're trying to learn the game and play it, now's the time really where you have little barrier to entry, and the prices are pretty low, and you can find just about whatever you want really, unless you're looking for alternate art boxes. Those are still pretty expensive. I just sold one of those for like $1,600, and it was the last one I had for MZ1. But outside of something like that, most everything else is really affordable. And if you go to like these events and things, there's lots of ways that you can be rewarded. Or if you're a local game store and you sign up through Play, I think that, there's some exciting stuff going on there. But so overall, market sentiment very down right now. So that can be good for you if you really do enjoy it. If you're looking at it for an investment vehicle, definitely, maybe if you have to flip this money anytime soon, then it's not going to be your best choice, at least in my opinion. I think we're going to be in a lull for a while, but if they keep coming out with sets like this and they can be consistent and continue to put out good cards, good artwork, quality items, I think it'll be like anything else. Over time, it will gain loyalty through the trading card space, and it'll be good for the program. But after what happened with the first one, a lot of people are very hesitant, especially with Pokemon falling back right now. A lot of stuff to talk about with the Pokemon market, but overall, my stuff is still selling really well. It's just not as hot as it was before, where like everything was instantly liquid. Now, it's a little bit slower, but prices are still high. You definitely have a lot of money if you can, find things, at MSRP, or if you have a distributor access to products. But outside of that, once those products are gone, it's really hard to find products on the secondary market at a price where you can flip them and turn and make money. Prices are slowly inching back. If you watched my cases on eBay, a lot of those have come down $50 to $100. About every week or so, I've been dialing them back unless I have a sale. If I have a sale, at least one sale for a case, then I keep the price the same. Or I haven't went up on anything in a long time. I am sold out of Phantasmal Flames, but I think prices have come back. My Elite Trainer boxes, I just got those in, put them up. I think they're like $80 a piece or something like that. But definitely excited for the new sets coming out with the Ascended Heroes and several other things. But anyways, that's it. That's all I had for this Metazoo Secret Shadow set. It's the third set in the installation of Meta2, the new revamp for Metazoo. And I like the set. I think there's quality cards in there, a lot of good stuff. There's chases. I've been through 8 cases and haven't pulled, the Mothman that I want, the hidden rare or whatever it is. Sometimes I don't know if I'm getting the rarities right with this set, but I feel like I know the sets really well because I open up so much of them and I look at the cards. And hopefully I can find some errors or something cool like that within the set. Haven't been able to do so far because my mom has opened up a lot of the packs for me and just kind of like sorted through them. And, she's really good at doing that kind of stuff. And it gives her something to have purpose within the day too, so it works out beneficially. Then I get to go through and like sort them into sets and put them in binders, and it's kind of satisfying to have that binder collection, and that's why I created that one. Although I did want to show it to you once I had the entire set, but after 8 cases of sorting through that, I was happy to show you guys every other card except for the one Mothman, because you can find it online. There are a few places that have that card out there, and I don't know what the price is going to be at here in 6 months, but I imagine right now those are going to command a decent premium since they're 1 per case, just like in the previous sets. But as always, thanks for watching. No, it wasn't a whole lot of Pokemon, but I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.